Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Bazzle Spot Live. We're here again with this Gravity team, which I guess we saw a different side of yesterday. We didn't see the team do too well. I suppose I was messing around a bit, bringing the NIHILEGO just for the sake of bringing the NIHILEGO. But excuses aside, we got to see some of the weaknesses with the team. As we find a pretty highly rated Spanish player straight away. As we, we found Solgaleo with Wide Guard. We had the Yveltal at the end as well, which was a massive pain with Tailwind. We actually probably would have won the game against the Reshiram if we did have Foul Play on the Sableye too. Or even if we had Expert Belt on the NIHILEGO, which is another item that I have been thinking about instead of the Safety Goggles, which obviously is, I say it's going to do nothing here. There is a Smeargle, but I don't know. It's food for thought, I suppose. Things to consider when I go back to the drawing board with this team and change things up. But it's always nice to show the other side of games too. But this guy, highly rated, Xerneas and Groudon, possible Trick Room. I've never actually considered this, but with the Serena, I can't taunt the Smeargle with my Sableye. That is very interesting. But I'm going to go with Sableye Lunala still. And, I feel like this team, I recognize the team, but not sure where. I don't think I've played it myself. But definitely these, and you know what? I'm really tempted to go with NIHILEGO again over Lilligant. This is probably a mistake, and I think I said that yesterday as well. This is probably a mistake, but let's take NIHILEGO. NIHILEGO looks very good against the team, aside from the Bronzong and the Groudon. So if we can take care of those, we might be good. His Bronzong might be heat-proof as well, because it looks a bit gravity-y with the Groudon too, and he's actually just gone for Smeargle Xerneas. Fair enough. So, I've got options here. I think I taunt the Smeargle, but what do I do with Lunala? Or do I go for a Gravity Hypnosis? Okay, so if I taunt and bring in NIHILEGO and need Geomancies, then I can clear Smog. But he will probably protect and bring in Groudon. So what do I do then? I'm not sure. I think I do taunt the Smeargle though. And let's see how it plays out. I'll bring in NIHILEGO. So it just go for a Follow Me. So probably a Geomancy, you would have to imagine. Okay, so I'm thinking what we can do here. So it is a Geomancy. So now he's probably going to protect the Xerneas and switch into Groudon, or maybe even Bronzong, probably Groudon, so that he threatens my NIHILEGO. So I'm thinking I go for a Feint and clear Smog. Smeargle's taunted, thankfully. So it's not going to be doing anything here. A Feint and clear Smog. Or I Gravity. And then I don't know what I do next turn. I'm going to go for the Feint and clear Smog. Am I? Because, if I do this, I'm basically not having Gravity for the entire game. Yeah, I think we have to. I mean, I don't think we have to, but yeah, it's actually Incineroar coming in for the Fake Out then, so that makes sense. So I'm expecting the Xerneas is going to protect. Please protect, because then I can get Gravity. Yeah, he does. Nice. So NIHILEGO doing something. NIHILEGO actually doing something. So Faint into the Xerneas. Clear Smog will do a little bit of damage as well. But importantly, we're getting rid of the Geomantic boosts. Nice. If we did have Expert Belt, it might be in range of a knockout too. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So now we Gravity. Now we want to Gravity. And we know he's got Smeargle in the back. And probably Groudon, you would imagine, wouldn't you? He's probably going to fake out the NIHILEGO. I'm just going to protect the NIHILEGO. I'm not going to try and get fancy and switch Lunala in here. Just because if I get Gravity up, I'll get a free switch, assuming he knocks out. Hey, just go for a fake out anyway. Assuming he knocks out the Sableye here, I'll get a free switch into my Lunala, and I can start putting things to sleep. Yeah, it doesn't mean. I hope this knocks out Sableye. I have made this Sableye pretty specially defensive. Yeah, nice. Like, I'm cheering when one of my Pokemon gets knocked out. Yeah, screw you, Sableye. But, no. That's worked out okay for us. So now he's maybe wondering, why has he set up Gravity? What's he doing? But I'm going to Hypnosis one of them. The Incineroar, I think. And Sludge Bomb into the Xerneas. So no Protect, Sludge Bomb. I don't think will knock it out. It does knock it out. I am underappreciating NIHILEGO clearly, and now we've got a Beast Boost. They're actually threatening to do some damage to some other things too. And there's the Hypnosis. So that is why I've got the Gravity up. My opponent is now wondering, or realizing, I should say. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with NIHILEGO's. I'm actually surprised NIHILEGO's doing something. Like especially after yesterday as well, when I just sort of you wrote it off, thinking maybe we should have Grass Knot over Clear Smog for the situation that we're in now, the Groudon situation. But really, I can just go for Hypnosis into the Groudon and Power Gem into the Incineroar. Worst case scenario is Power Gem doesn't one-shot Incineroar, which I don't think it will, and he wakes up and protects the Groudon, obviously, wakes up and knocks off my Lunala because my Adrenaline Orb hasn't been activated yet. But to mess around with this, I could maybe, I was going to say Moongeist Beam and Power Gem into the Smeargle. But if I did that, it obviously wouldn't affect the Smeargle and would still be in the same position. But now we can just go for Follow Me. And Precipice Blades. Or no, we can't actually, because no good Moody Boosts, because NIHILEGO is faster than Lunala, isn't it? So you can't fake out Lunala. So I have got a very free Hypnosis into that slot. If he does go for a Follow Me, then I'm just knocking out with a Power Gem first. If he fakes out, he fakes out. I'm putting the Groudon to sleep. Yeah, so here's a Follow Me. NIHILEGO goes faster. We are timid, max speed. So that's a situation actually when the Adrenaline Orb not being activated was better for us. Because we wanted NIHILEGO to be faster there. And now we're at +2. A +2, unless it's Assault Vested, a +2 Power Gem will probably knock out Incineroar. So, you know, I'm glad I've recorded this. I really am. I'm glad that NIHILEGO's actually done something. I'm really happy. Incineroar, I think, can wake up, can't it? Can we still lose this game? We've got Groudon in the back, haven't we? So we need to be focusing on their Groudon. Yeah, because if we hit our Precipice Blades, it will just knock out the Incineroar. So maybe a Moongeist Beam into the Groudon. Yeah, I mean, neither of these attacks are doing anything to Groudon, even at +2. So I think I will just Power Gem into the Incineroar, assuming it knocks it out so that my Precipice Blades is single target on his Groudon. He tried to wake up and tried to fake out there. So I had, thinking back to the 16 Gengar Gravity team, I had Hex, which boosts up to power 100 with an afflicted opponent. Moongeist Beam is power 100, just naturally. So no need for Hex or anything fancy like that. Just boshing these powerful moves out. And Groudon does wake up and actually goes for a substitute. So the game's over at this point, but I think he probably needed to knock the NIHILEGO out. But yeah, he needed to fake out the NIHILEGO, I suppose, to wake up with his Incineroar. But even then, the game would have been over, I suppose. It doesn't really matter what we do here. Even if he Precipice Blades critical hits Lunala, it's not going to knock it out through the Shadow Shield. So let's attack. This might even knock the Groudon out. In fact, why did I go for a Power Gem? I should have gone for a Sludge Bomb. They're both not very effective. But yeah, I mean, +3. Yeah, it knocked it out anyway. So I'm very happy with that game. I'm really happy with NIHILEGO. Like, I'm probably going to swap NIHILEGO out still, but that was definitely NIHILEGO's last stand. That was definitely NIHILEGO's little shout out saying, look, I can still do some business. And that was actually combined with Sablite's Feint as well, which forever I've been saying, I'm going to switch Feint into Foul Play. So both of the moves, that is pretty funny actually, both of the moves that I was, set on changing helped me out there. The Feint and the Pokemon NIHILEGO has come through for me there with the Xerneas, which, yeah, interesting. But here's Sparky, no time to rest. Sparky from Deutschland with another Xerneas, but this guy's got a Whimsicott and a Celesteela, which is interesting. So Celesteela is not that common. And actually, think about it, what do we have to hit Celesteela? Like, only really Fire Punch on Groudon, so if he can position his Kyogre well, which he probably can, because I usually sacrifice Sableye early on, this Celesteela is going to be an issue for us. It really is. So I'll go Sableye Lunala. And I definitely want Groudon. And I want Lele because he's got Coco, and I want to stop any potential taunts from the Whimsicott and everything too. But I do kind of want Lilligant as well, because if I do get it positioned in Sun, I can start putting stuff to sleep, and I'm much better against the Xerneas. The question really is, do I expect him to bring the Tapu Koko? Normally, people don't bring the Tapu Koko against me, but if I don't take Lele and he does take the Coco, then I can't put anything to sleep. Is that a massive problem? I'm just going to go with Lele, just because it is kind of some insurance against the Whimsicott too, but maybe this isn't a Scarfed Kyogre, maybe it is just a Tailwind-oriented team. Guess we'll soon find out, won't we? Hello, Pokemon Trainer Sparky. So, Sableye, Lunala. And he goes, Whimsicott Incineroar. Okay, so I'm getting my Adrenaline boost. He can't taunt my Sableye either. But he would be able to get a Tailwind before I can taunt him. So this is a tricky turn 1, actually. I think he knocks off my Lunala here. But does the Whimsicott just attack the Sableye? Or does he try and Tailwind? Or does he taunt my Lunala? I don't think he'd taunt the Lunala, so I'm just going to go for a Gravity and a Hypnosis into Incineroar. Light Screen? Okay. My phone making sounds. Okay, so we put the Incineroar to sleep, but he has a Light Screen. So what's the Whimsicott going to do next turn then? Tailwind, probably. You would imagine, wouldn't you? So I'm going to put Groudon in. If he encores my Whimsicott, if he encores my Lunala, I'm still just targeting the Hypnosis into the Whimsicott. I don't know. I mean, Whimsicott. I always hate playing against Whimsicott. It's always one of the trickiest things for me, just for how my brain works. I guess I just don't like playing against it. But we'll see how this plays out. So because we haven't just sacrificed Sableye, we have got potential switches, so the Weather War isn't lost instantly. He has Tailwinded, yeah, which is kind of what I was fearing. If Incineroar wakes up first turn, that's pretty bad. But at least the Whimsicott has got a guaranteed sleep turn next turn. Incineroar stays asleep. Okay. So now you'd expect the Kyogre to come in for one of them, wouldn't you? I think I do Precipice Blades because I'm neutral. We have got Gravity that will knock the Incineroar out. But Lunala is probably faster than Incineroar. But that doesn't do me much good. I think I'm going to go for a Hypnosis into the Whimsicott slot, because I think if he's going to switch Kyogre in anywhere, it's going to be for the Whimsicott. If he's going to switch anything out, it's going to be the Whimsicott switching out. So I'd love to be able to catch something on the switch in. Yeah, we've caught something. Unless it's Coco, obviously. Celesteela. Okay, well, nice. Gravity is in effect. We're hitting it with Precipice Blades. And it's Kyogre coming in there, which is kind of fine, because we've still got our Shadow Shield intact. So this game just went from quite scary to pretty good, actually. Because we'll have a free Hypnosis on the Kyogre next turn, as we switch the Groudon out. So this is going to do a lot of damage to the Celesteela, if not knock it out, yeah. And that is a very offensive Kyogre, because it's taken a lot of damage from that Precipice Blades. So maybe it is Scarf then. Maybe it hasn't got any investment in it. Because we have got our Adrenaline boost. Adrenaline Orb boost. I've been injecting naughty things into people. We can... Naughty. I think Lunala should still be faster than Incineroar in their Tailwind. So I'm going to swap Groudon into Sableye, because I don't want to just sacrifice Lele like that, and go for Hypnosis into Kyogre. I think, unless it is a really fast Incineroar, and wakes up, obviously, I think this is a safe sleep into Kyogre. So it's just an Origin Pulse, so not even a Water Spout. Which Sableye should survive. Unless, yeah, okay, so we are faster than the Incineroar. Unless that is Choice Specs or a boosting item. We didn't see any Life Orb. Sableye is actually specifically EV'd to survive this is probably going to knock us out too, yeah. An Origin Pulse in the rain from Modest Max Kyogre, so I think that is Specs. So we've just lost 2 Pokemon, which is obviously pretty scary, but Kyogre has got a guaranteed sleep turn next turn. We threatened the one-shot on the Incineroar with Precipice Blades as well, and we've got Psychic Terrain, so he can't do any shenanigans with his Whimsicott in the back. If he swaps his Kyogre out now to try and get the rain back up, we have still got one more turn of Gravity too, so we've got a guaranteed Precipice Blades here. If he does try and swap the Kyogre out, I think we lock ourselves into Moonblast just to be extra careful, because a Moonblast or Psychic will get the Kyogre from here, I think. So we'll just double into the Kyogre, because that is very safe, I think. And worst case scenario, I think, is if he swaps the Kyogre out and his Whimsicott somehow survives the turn coming in. So it is the Kyogre coming out. So that's why I doubled into this Whimsicott slot, hoping that a Precipice Blades... Oh, it's asleep anyway. Kind of forgetting that I'm putting things to sleep. Hoping that a Precipice Blades and Moonblast knocks it out. It's not going to be close. Okay, so he's actually just gone for a U-turn, which is interesting. He could have one-shot my Lele there, actually. Because he's still in Tailwind, isn't he? So he's got an Intimidate coming in, but his Kyogre, like, woo, he's got the rain back up. But the Kyogre is 1, going down to this Precipice Plate, and 2, has got a guaranteed sleep turn as well. So either way is lost this. Yeah, and in fact it was close in my defense, getting a knockout on Whimsicott. But light screen. There we go. Light screen wears off. Gravity wears off. So Precipice Plate is no longer 100% accurate. We are at -1 attack now too. So this is why I locked myself into Moonblast, just for this situation. I can't remember if Whimsicott can wake up or not though. But I think I have to Precipice Plate. I'm not going to try chipping away at this Incineroar with, Fire Punch. And we'll just try and double into it this way. Maybe in hindsight, actually, I put my moves in quite fast there. Maybe in hindsight, I should have gone for a Moonblast into Whimsicott so that the Precipice Plate is single target into the Incineroar. But I don't think it really matters either way, because a Moonblast and a Precipice Plate probably does similar damage. It's just this way, doing it the other way, Moonblast would be the guaranteed knockout on the Whimsicott, and it wouldn't be able to do any naughty business the following turns. So, should be a knockout. It is, yeah, fantastic. So, well, from a pretty, poor showing yesterday, don't want to make excuses, but I was sort of playing around thinking, I've got to bring NIHILEGO at some point. We've had a pretty successful going so far today. I will look for one more game. But I'm still really impressed with how the NIHILEGO did in the first game today. I'm happy that we did actually manage to take that Celesteela down as well in one hit too. On Team Preview, it clearly went over my head that in Gravity, Precipice Plate is super effective on it. So we will look for one more game. And hopefully finish on a decent note. Hopefully we won't accidentally pick the music that was in that last game as well, that annoying Generation 1 music. Like, I know it's not annoying, it's just I've heard it a billion times before. So, Davide from Italia, with a team very similar to one that James Beck has been using. It might actually be the same team, but I've not played a Hawlucha this format, and it could actually be problematic for us. I think his had high jump kick, acrobatics, tailwind, protect, I think, which makes it more manageable. So I'm going to lead again with Sableye Lunala. Definitely want Groudon too for the threats on Incineroar. And the Lily might be scarfed, so maybe we don't want NIHILEGO. He hasn't got Trick Room options, so again it is between Lele and Lilligant. Like, Lilligant would be nice to hit the Amoonguss, or actually the Palkia, with Moonblast. And the flying thing too, the Hawlucha. So again, maybe we don't want to... I just feel like whenever I bring Lilligant, whenever Lilligant gets into a good situation, I will win the game, just because it's that good at oppressing and putting things to sleep. But I feel like he has got 3 Pokemon, the whole left-hand side there, weak to either Psychic or Fairy. So that's why I'm taking my Lele here. If his Lele's scarfed as well, then we can just try and trade Moonblasts too. I find it interesting that Scarf Lele have Shadow Ball these days as well, which does make sense, obviously, for Lunala. Incineroar Kyogre. Okay, so this is an example of why I quite like Adrenaline Orb on Lunala, because we're activating it now, and even if that Kyogre is Choice Scarfed, we're faster. Unfortunately, we haven't got any abilities that can, tell us if it is scarfed or not. But he's now seen that my Lunala is the fastest thing on the field. So I think I definitely go for a Gravity here. But do I go for a Hypnosis into the Kyogre? Because it is kind of a threat. Or do I go for a Hypnosis into the Incineroar? I guess Incineroar is the thing that has Protect least often. And Lunala will survive a Water Spout, so I'm going to go for Hypnosis into the Incineroar. If he does Water Spout, Sableye going down. If he Origin pulses, then I'll eject into Groudon. But we're not actually going to get to see the item here. So it is just a Water Spout. So yeah, Sableye's going down, and Lunala's taking a good chunk of damage there. But now we can bring in Groudon and just threaten with Precipice Blades and Hypnosis. So I am pretty safe here because, like I was saying, even if that is a Scarf Kyogre, I'm faster and I can Hypnosis it first. We've got Gravity, so Precipice Blades is 100% accurate. You can tell I like my accurate moves, don't you? I like hitting my moves. The Palkia could be annoying, but we are faster and we can Hypnosis it too. So no reason not to just go for Hypnosis and Precipice Blades. If the Kyogre isn't Scarfed, it will possibly, very possibly, actually, I was going to say possibly Protect, but is probably going to switch the Kyogre out here. Yeah. Into Palkia. That's going to sleep. Fine. Happy with that. So he's going to get a free switch back into his Kyogre, but again I'm faster, and again I'll be able to threaten with Hypnosis, and again I'll be able to threaten with Precipice Blades 2 on the same turn. That does a lot of damage to Palkia. Like Life Orb, Groudon is an absolute monster. Precipice Blades is so powerful with a Life Orb. Whew. It's funny because like I never use Earthquake in VGC. Please find me a team where I've been using Earthquake. You know, maybe there is one somewhere in the depths of history. Maybe an early version of 15 Gravity had Landorus scarfed with Gravity and Earthquake on that, but I never use Earthquake. But Precipice Blades and Gravity, all up for that. Palkia can't wake up. Again, we're faster. We've got a free Hypnosis into the Kyogre. I think the only way I lose is if I misclick or disconnect somehow. But, yeah. We don't know what his last Pokemon is yet. Could be Lele. Our Shadow Shield is broken, so one more strong attack will knock us out. But a combination of Precipice Blades and Psyshock should knock the Kyogre out. Yeah, definitely. And because I put him to sleep this turn, obviously he can't wake up this turn. So next turn I am just going to Psyshock into that Kyogre just to be extra safe. If he has got Tapu Lele, which is Scarfed with Shadow Ball, then again the Adrenaline Orb has won us this game because we will be faster than it. Especially Hawlucha. So I've got my Lele in the back. So whenever that comes out, if it has to come out, I'll be activating its seed. Hawlucha is going to be faster than my Groudon, but not the Lunala. So we'll just Precipice Blade here. And like I say, we've got to just attack into the Kyogre just in case you know, it wakes up the first turn. But yeah, this Adrenaline Orb has been super useful in this battle especially. So there you go, Adrenaline Orb, Lunala. If you ever see anyone using Adrenaline Orb on their Lunala, just say to him, I know where you got that from, and I appreciate you, and the people who you watch on YouTube. So, yeah, I could not have asked for 3 more flattering games. Obviously, yesterday we had the other end of the spectrum where things kind of went the other way and not very well for us. But today, over the moon with how they've gone. That's exactly how this team is supposed to function. So, satisfied? Perfect. Can't complain. So, if you have enjoyed this, if you also feel very satisfied, then please like the video, please share it on Twitter and wherever else, you know, internet websites are used and everything. I'm not very good at this business, am I? This sharing business. So, yeah, do all that lot. And we'll have one more day, I think, tomorrow of this Gravity. Then maybe we'll change something. We'll maybe use a different team. We'll see how we go. But join us tomorrow anyway. And I will see you then. So thank you and goodbye for now.